world to see this person right here. This is my son. People, I ain't never heard nobody talk about this, so let me be the first one, because I know I can't be alone. This boy is 12 years old. I've been in his life, all his life, except for the times that when his mama kept him away. You know, this boy had the nerve to say he don't like me and don't want to come to my house, and that he missed the times with his family, speaking of his mama family, and not his daddy's side of the family, like we don't exist, right? So he said this is taking up time. He said the 2 days that he spent over here feel like a whole week. And then he's not even looking forward to the 30 days he have to spend over here for summer. He said he don't want to come over here at all. Like, I'm a bad person. Like, I've traumatized him and did anything wrong to this little boy. We have done so much stuff, so much fun things. Spend time together, play basketball together, go amusement parks, go swimming, take riding in toys like this. And he had the nerve to choose his mama. Look at the camera, Gabe. Choose his mama over me like I'm around here treating him wrong. What kid don't want to be around their daddy? Please tell me. And as a daddy, this hurt because I know his mama got something to do with it too. But still, he's old enough to make his own decisions. And he chooses mama over his daddy, his flesh and blood. Somebody that can teach him how to be a man, but he want to be up on a woman all day. Look at the camera, Gabe. Tell the people how you don't love your daddy and how you rather be with your mama, and time over here is boring and you don't want to spend time with your daddy. Tell people how you don't want to spend time with your daddy. I do. And he act like I haven't been picking him up all these years. Like, what is the problem? Like, this not your first time at my house. But yeah, he hurt my feelings, world. He really hurt my feelings, and you can't take that back, Gabe. I'm gonna give you what you want, and I'm gonna erase myself out of your life. I'm gonna give you what you want, Gabe. That is so messed up on so many levels. I would never tell my daddy nothing like that. My daddy was in my life. I would never tell my dad, because I know that would hurt my daddy's feelings. I would never tell my daddy nothing like that, ever.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 25. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bare him. Koholayim la, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Bahashim, Rekat, Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 25. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bare him. And this is a prime example of what I have gone through and what I continue to go through with my sons. When I saw this video really hit home. It really brought back some feelings of the things that I have endured and been through and still continue to go through with my two sons, man. It's very hurtful to hear from your kids, especially from other people, too, also, and also from actions that, you know, they don't like you. They don't want you to be involved in their lives, and they still want to blame you for things where you tried, Salakia, where you attempted and did what you could to be there for them, man. But I'm not going to reflect this video on my wife, which, you know, she had some dealings in this, and her family. But my kids, you know, when all these things came about, they were intelligent and had enough discernment and of age to know the difference between right and wrong, and still until this day. Okay, so I'm gonna reflect on them. Okay, and I also have, you know, I don't want to desire if the Lord puts a spirit on me, a lesson to go into her. But you know, when I saw this, it's really touched me, and it's really, you know, because I've been meditating on doing a video about my kids for over a year now. And the Lord had me wait this long just for a clip like this, because this is exactly what I have gone through and what I continue to go through with Him, man. When all I did was be a father, attempted and did as much as I could to be there for them, to show them I love them, and always, let them know that they have me regardless of anything. Okay, so Proverbs 17 verse 25, a foolish son is a grief to his father. And it's a grief to me to see how my sons act when I gave my life to do everything I could for them, to provide everything that I could for them when I had it. And even if I didn't have it, I would do anything I could in my power to get it, regardless of what it would be, man. Okay? But certain people and certain things in life have, contaminated and polluted their minds to think otherwise, when I've told them bluntly and boldly and continuously that I love them and I will always be here for you. And don't listen to what anybody has to say about your father. Your father will always be here, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise in any single aspect about your father. So it's bitterness to give your all, your dedication, and to have your kids be raised to be weaponized against you, man. To have people, form deceitful, ill intent measures against you to bring your kids against you, man. Okay, but let's continue, man, because this is all part of prophecy too, man. This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, and I'm gonna read this in the NLT. It's like it's 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2 in the NLT. For people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud. And my oldest son doesn't really vocally give me an issue, but he shows forth his disrespect by his ignoring me, no communication, which also my youngest son does, but he also was vocally disrespectful. Okay, and it states in various scriptures that if you're disrespectful, if you insult, you curse, or you disgrace or speak ill intent towards your parents, roughly paraphrasing, that you will surely be put to death. And that goes into the first commandment of Exodus chapter 20 verse 12, where you're supposed to honor your mother. So like your father and your mother. Your father comes first, man, because that's where your pedigree, your lineage starts. It's from your father, not your mother. Okay, you're not mixed from two different people. No, you are what your father is, man. Okay, your lineage, your pedigree, your family line is with your father, man. The man decides the sex of the child, whether it be female or male, okay, and what nation it will be. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at the Most High. And I remember a time when my ex-demon had told me, when I had sent some precepts to my son, my youngest son, and that he had showed his mother, and he was laughing at the fact that I sent him scriptures. Okay, now, regardless of what it is, man, whether it be your family, your own kids, man, but my little son, mainly my youngest son, is a damn demon, man. Okay? To literally do the things that you did and to continue to do, it's just madness. Disobedient to their parents and ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred. Okay? Disobedient to their parents, and they're disobedient to me mainly, man. Okay, they respect their mom. They highly regard and pedestalize their mother to high value, and they look at me as nothing. When actually you came from my loins, my cojones, my nuts, my balls, my scrotum sack. Okay, I injected you in your mother. Okay, and just like, it takes effort, it takes energy to, bust off that, to get that climax, man. And then once you reach that climax, it takes a lot of energy from you. And I've also told my children the fact that is, you should be happy and glad that the Most High brought you forth, because he could have had me, splat on your mom's backside in your mom's, beak, okay, and a damn napkin in the toilet. So you should be thankful that you didn't end up in none of those other, things that I just stated, man. A napkin, her backside, her beak, which is her mouth. Just trying to keep it PG, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm saying. And ungrateful, man. Okay, because I did everything in my power for these ungrateful little bastards, man. I'm gonna call it how I see it and how it's been portrayed and advertised to me, man. I've done everything that I could for them, man. I've always put my children first, man. Okay, and that's where things, was an error. Because Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai comes first, man. But I had to go through these things to learn, man. As it also states in St. Matthew's 19, I believe verse 27 on down, that the things that we lose, we shall gain 100-fold, man. Including, your loved ones, your family, man. And I'm not going to lie and sit right here and say that it doesn't hurt not to have the joy and the the involvement of my children, man. It would be a more relief off of my shoulders to have my children beside me, man, to even just be involved, man. And especially if they were in the truth, that would really, give me even more drive than I have now. And I have a lot of drive, man. Thawadi Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for the drive that he has given me. And I hope and I pray that he keeps on amplifying and increasing that drive, man. That motivation that he has given me, that motion. But, everything is of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and everything that he do is just and righteous and balanced altogether, man. As it also states in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 22, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. So if that's their calling and that's their judgment, then let it be. Would I like that? No. Do I accept it? Hell yeah. Whatever the Lord sees fit, that's what I see fit, man. But I would be a liar to not sit right here and say that this does not cause heaviness to my spirit and hurt me, man. Because I've given my all to these two young men that I have, brought forth, man. That I have been involved with. And again, I'm going to speak just on them. I'm not going to speak on their mother. That's for another lesson, man. And then also too, I've already done this lesson once, and I've been meditating on this lesson all day, and I decided to redo it. I didn't want to. It was over an hour long. So I felt like I could make it shorter. But let's continue. Let's jump to the book. Because I had more scriptures than what I have now. I cut them short down to 4. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 2. For the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, have given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority over the mother over the sons. But see, that type of authority here in this society is also over the father. Because you have the mother guiding the household. You have the mother raising these emotional, estrogen, simp, beta male based men to have them be highly and dramatically having the characteristics and traits of women, man. Instead of having a logical intellect and having sense as a man to know how to problem solve correctly. And that's one thing that I see in my children. My children don't realize that the father has the main authority and that's over them. They don't acknowledge me as they acknowledge their mother or her family, her father, her mother, and her other 3 sodomite siblings. That's what they want to be amongst. That's what they want to regard. That's what they want to acknowledge as their family. When again, their family, which they are part of their family, but if I would have it my way, they wouldn't be around these goddamn demonic spirits, man. But that also lets me know that they have spirits on them because they continuously want to be around them. So again, let the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai be done, man. Verse 3: Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins. So whoso honoreth his father make an atonement for his sins. Okay, and I'm not honored in the eyes of my children. I'm not, acknowledged. I'm not reverenced. I'm not seen as importance to my children, man. They disregard me. They look at me as a fucking bum on the street, a nobody, a person that as these wicked women would say, a sperm donor. All derogatory terms. They look at me in disregard and disrespect. They don't honor me. So what does that mean? As we just read, I'm going to read it again. Whoso honoreth his father maketh of atonement for his sins. So their sins are not being atoned. They're being multiplied. They're being increased. They're not being forgiven because they are of the world. They rejected to understand their heritage, to understand who we are, where we come from, our true history. Because I told my children that we're Hebrew Israelites and that we're from the tribe of Judah. And in the midst of me telling my kids this, my oldest son knew some of what I was stating. I don't know if he came across it on his own, or I don't know if his mother, because she does have this channel. Okay, I don't know if she told me she gave him my channel, but I don't know if he received it from me or somebody else. Let me put it that way. Okay, and I hope that she sees this video and she directs it to them. Okay, because you still have time to repent. You still have time to acknowledge the error of your ways. And have I been a perfect Israelite, a perfect man, a perfect human being in this world? No. And I acknowledge the error of my ways, where I, fell short, where I caused hurt, where I, didn't do the things I should have done as a father. I acknowledge those things, but I'm not going to keep on acknowledging those things over and over and over again because you want to have the spirit of a woman. Okay, both of my sons, my oldest and my youngest, you want to have the spirit of a woman and not take accountability for your own shit. And I'm going to speak on that, but continuing on. And he that honoreth his mother, verse 5, because we already know you honor your mother. Okay, but your father you disregard, and we're gonna let the scripture speak and let you know why you're in error and you're gonna be destroyed. Okay, thus saith the Bible. Verse 5, Sirach 3, verse 5. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children. Okay, so which I hope and pray that we don't be here, 10, 20, 30, 15, 25 years longer. But if you have children, okay, my sons, if you have children, your children will not honor you because you did not honor your father. You didn't have respect, regard, or acknowledgement towards your father. You treated me and you continue to treat me like your mother treats me. Disrespectful. And I've told your mother, because even though you treat me like trash, you also have done stuff to your mother, which I've corrected you guys for. And that's the only time she wants me to talk to y'all and all this and all that is when y'all disrespect her. Because when I gotta check y'all, but when it comes to me, it's A-okay. She just sits back and adds on to it. But again, I'm not going to speak on her, but certain things are going to come out in this lesson. Okay, whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children. And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. And I know y'all not praying. Okay, because if y'all, believed in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father, in the name of his Son, okay, he is to be, he exists. That's what Yahweh means. Bahashem, in the name. Yahweh Shai, he saves, he delivers, man. That's the name of our Heavenly Father and his Son. Okay, if y'all were praying, the Lord would not be answering your prayers. And, depending on how things are written in your manuscript, in your life, in your lot to play out, if you're still here when all hell is breaking loose and you decide to pray to the Lord, he's not going to answer you. Okay? You're not going to receive preservation, salvation, guidance. Okay? To have your sins atoned, man. To be considered to be under the wings and under the protections of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? He that honoreth his father shall have a long life. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life. And again, I am not honored amongst my children, man. It's a heaviness on my spirit, to go through these things and to Because, I'm not, this is part of our flesh. This is part of our walk, man. I'm not perfect. I'm not indestructible. Okay, I have feelings like every other woman, every other man. Okay, I'm human. I'm an Israelite. We all have feelings. We all have things we go through, but we're not crying about it. We're not out here boo-hooing about it and, asking everybody for a goddamn hug when we see him. No, we deal with the shit. Because we know at the end of the day, we're going to receive all these things back in the kingdom 100-folds. Okay, St. Matthew 19, verse 27 on down. But does it bother Akim wa Akwaf? Yes, when we know the things that we go through, yes, we get bothered. It's heaviness on our spirit, heaviness on our shoulders, man. So I would be a lie to say that to not say that this does not bother me, man. Yes, it does, man. And I'm not the only brother that's going through stuff like this. You have other brothers that go through stuff like this, man. Because believe it or not, as we love our kids, man. Okay, just like we love those wicked ass women that committed adultery, turned their backs on us, etc., man. Okay, we probably love that more than likely love our kids more than these damn women. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Let's stop right there, because my kids are not obedient and in subjection and in submission to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. They doing their own thing. They following the customs, the philosophy of the world, because they being led by their mother. They cleaving on to their mother and disregarding and rejecting their father, man. When you get your wisdom, your knowledge, your understanding from your father, man, that's who the Lord is dealing with first and foremost. And not to say that the Lord is not dealing with the women, but we're in captivity. We're in Babylon. It starts with the prophets, man. Okay, it starts with the prophets. And again, like I told you, I sent my youngest son, precepts, scriptures, and he mocked and scoffed at it and showed his mother and mocked and scoffed at it. So what does that tell you, man? It tells you like judgment is around the corner and a few steps away, man. I would not be surprised, man. But you still have time to repent. You still have time to acknowledge and take accountability for your actions, man. Stop deflecting and pointing the finger at me. I'm supposed to give you tough love. I'm not supposed to cuddle you and comfort you like your mother does to make you be effeminate. The world is not going to treat you how your mother's going to treat you, man. It's tough out here. It's hard out here, man. But y'all going to find out. He that feareth Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai will honor his father. Do you hear that? He that feareth Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai will honor his father. Again, they don't fear the Lord, and they damn sure don't honor me. Who do they fear? Their mother. Who do they fear? The world. Okay? Period, man. And that's why when it comes time to seek protection, to seek a hedge, to seek guidance, you're not going to be given it, man, because you want to take heed to your mother. And just like I told my youngest son, when the thing was going down in 2020, you know what I'm talking about, when everything was going down and they had the jump shot, my son asked me if I was going to take it, and I told him no, and I gave him evidence and the reasons why not to take it, which were 144% correct. But what did they do? They listened to their mother and went and got those jump shots with their mother. So like it with their mother. Okay? Verse 8. Honor thy father both in word and deed. It says mother, but we already made the matter of fact. I can't take out from the word slaki. Honor thy father and mother both in word and deed. They don't honor me in word. They don't honor me in deed. They don't take heed to what I tell them to do, how I'm trying to guide them uprightly and correctly, and they deeds and they what they produce, what they deeds with their hands, it doesn't exist towards their father. No appreciation, no nothing, man. Okay? Honor thy father and thy mother both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father established the houses of children. And what is the start of that blessing? To learn how to walk uprightly, to learn our customs, to learn our history, to learn our laws, statutes, commandments, to how to be a man, how to treat yourself, how to love your neighbor, how to love your wife. Okay, how to be vigilant. And again, in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, how to receive, a protection, how to have mercy from the Lord, how to be a man in this wicked, corruptible, crooked society, man. Okay, how to think, to walk as a man, austere, logically, not to be emotional, not to have estrogen in your bloodstream, not to be a fucking punk, not to cry and piss and moan all the goddamn time like a damn woman. This is how they act. When I would go off on them and tell them something, they would start crying, warring up and saying, you taller than me. I'm 6'4.5". You motherfuckers are 6'5", 6'6", crying and shit. Acting like little bitches, man. But see, this is what your mother have done to you, because again, Salaki, certain things is going to be spoken on the matter of her because they have to speak it. But this just shows you that the man that she was dealing with and probably still is dealing with, that's not a man. That's a boy in a grown man's body. Okay, that's also highly emotional, has the traits of women, want to argue, want to fuss, want to fight. Don't want a fucking work, a Pookie and a Ray Ray mentality, and wants to be a goddamn celebrity and doing beats. Wants to be the new Timberland of Virginia. Oh, look, me and Timberland. Timberland's a Pisces, I'm a Pisces. Our birthdays are so far apart. Can't make this shit up, man. For the blessing of the father established the houses of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. And that foundation is your father, because your father builds you up to have a solid foundation. And what has happened? Your mother has left and destroyed your family and tried to raise you up to thinking she could do a man's job. And she even told me out of her own damn mouth, I didn't do such a bad job. We shall see, man. Cause these women think it's just about graduating Esau's school system, getting your high school diploma, then also getting some type of degree, associates, bachelor's, master's, etc. Okay, and having a job and staying stable, and also teaching these young boys how to be fucking simps. They think doing that shit is accomplishing something when actually a man is supposed to work. And obviously we have to have Esau's school system to get by and to have somewhat of a, which I don't even want to say it, but I have to, a decent life, which is not decent to live in this piece of shit establishment. Okay, but everything else has to be left up, all this has to be left up to a man. Period, man. Period. Because what you women teach these young Israelite boys is how to simp and be weak for these women. Because this is how you see a man in your eyes, and you don't even have that man. You cannot teach a young man how to be a man. You cannot teach a boy how to be a man. You women cannot do it. And it's not the same, especially if the father wants to be involved, they know their father, and you're doing stuff to pollute their mind. It's not the same as having your father. Trust me, I know. And my father was in my life. The only reason why my father wasn't in my life because the Lord put him to death when I was either 7, 8, or 9. But my father was always there. And I truly believe if Yahweh Hashem Yahushua didn't take my father, he would still be here if he was alive today. Okay? Well, trust me, I know. And my mom had a husband. I had a stepfather. Okay, which I despised that nigga because he was a fucking nigga, man. I raised myself. I was doing whatever the hell I want. When I was 10 and able to get a work permit from school, I was doing whatever I want. I raised myself, man. Okay? Glory not, Sirach 3 verse 10, glory not in the dishonor of thy father. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father. And that's what y'all glorify. Y'all to glorify in dishonoring me. Because your mother dishonors me. Okay? But yet this whole 10 years, that we have finally, Salaki, what she did was commit adultery and all that. I say 8 years of that, 10 years, she has tried to get back with me, and it has not happened. So the more I rejected, the more that I showed her that I didn't want to be with her, the more she egged on with y'all. The more she did this, the more she did that. Okay? Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for the father's dishonor is no glory unto thee. So it's no glory unto you, because you're my seeds, man. So for you to back up your mother and say this, well, I this, not that, it makes you look foolish. It makes you look stupid, because that's still your father. You still come from him, man. The Lord's not going to bless you. Okay? For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father. Do you hear that? For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father. So you can, prime example. You can be going to the store and somebody see you, hey, you such and such. You a Mafia Eyes son. Oh man, that's a solid brother, man. That's a cool brother, man. Brother's very kind. He always looks out, this and that, blah, blah, blah. That and this. Oh, it's good to see you, younger man. Let me know if you need anything, man. I got you, man. Your dad always looked out for me. That's a good brother. But the dishonor, because I'm not a bad fucking person, man. I'm not. I do anything for anybody and everything else. But with your mother and her family saying this and making up all these lies and saying all this stuff about me, so when people see y'all, oh shit, that's a Mafia Eyes, cuz, oh man, stay away from them, man. You heard about Mafia Eyes, this and that, blah blah blah. What he did, this and that. Yeah, stay away from them, man. They probably just like their daddy. Dumbasses. For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father. That's it. That's all we need. I'm going to jump down right here. I'm going to read Salakia. I want to grab something real quick. Salakia. Bear with me. I'm going to grab it. Look up this word. This next precept. Where is it at? Come on, man. The hell? Why is it never? Goodness gracious, man. Why is always doing that? Salaki, bear with me, man. We about to close out anyway, but bear with me. Let's see if I can find this daggone word real quick. You know what? I'm gonna do it like this. Alright, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 16. He that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer. What is a blasphemer? A person who speaks disrespectfully or scares of sacred things. Salaki. A person who speaks disrespectfully of sacred things. Okay? A person who speaks about the Most High or the holy things of a particular religion in an offensive way. Woo, boy, oh boy. He that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer, and he that angereth his mother is cursed of the Most High. So, that's just what it is, man. Again, my kids, they forsake me. And again, this clip right here that y'all saw is a prime example of what I have gone through and what I continue to go through, man. And all I've done, literally all I've done, is be there as much as I can for my kids. Have I done things wrong as a father? Have I, fell short and erred and transgressed in certain things where I should have not? Yes. I'm not perfect, man. I would be a liar to say I haven't done things wrong. But have I acknowledged those things? Yes. Okay, but just to, speak on one thing before I close out. My son, which I spoke to my oldest son about it too. He understood because he knew it was true. But my youngest son would say to me in the past 4 years now that I wasn't always there. Now, I mind you, that statement came from this is what I'm about to explain to you now. The reason why my youngest son makes that statement is because when they got to their teenage age, which they're 2 years apart, so I say this could probably start between 14 at the youngest or 15 at the youngest, or maybe 16 at the oldest, whatever the case may be. But it got to a point I was texting, I was calling them for months. They wouldn't respond, and I would even contact their mother and let their mother know every single time that this would occur. So it got to the point the only time I would speak to them was literally when their mother was either home from work or she was with them. Because again, as I just said, they would ignore my texts, they would ignore my calls. So it got to the point after months upon months that I just told their mother, I've been contacting them, which I told you this numerous amounts of times, and she could have intervened and cut and stopped the bullshit and co-parent, as they say in this world, and got it directly, but it was an agenda behind it. So I told her I'm not contacting them no more. It's obviously they don't want me in their lives. This is exactly what I said. It's obviously they don't want me in their lives, because if they did, they would respond to my texts and they would come spend time with me, because I would ask them, do y'all want to come, hang out and this and that on this day, this weekend, or today, or whatever the case may be. It was always an excuse. Now let's fast forward. Okay, now after my mother passed away, which was 2 years ago, my sister's baby father told me, because my sister and my niece, her daughter, okay, these two wicked ass demons, met up with my wife and my two sons. And from what I was told by my sister's baby father is that my kids, my sons, had told my sister and my niece that when I called them and text them, they would bluntly, ignore my calls and texts. So how am I to be directed in the wrong when you guys bluntly and boldly and stood on business, as you Negroes say in the world, to ignore me and to direct me out of your life? So how was that my fault when I just gave you what you wanted? And I still haven't received apology from my youngest son for what he did and what he said at my own mother's funeral, at the funeral service. And yet his own fucking wicked ass mother, you fucking bitch, and these ungodly, rebellious, wicked children that I have. And for you to tell me and tell my son that he doesn't owe me an apology for what he did at my mother's funeral is diabolical and treacherous, man. At the end of the day, Aki and Akwav, this is something that we have to accept, that your Lord, that your kids might not receive salvation, protection, or anything. Philippians 2, chapter 12. Seek out their own salvation with fear and trembling. You gotta accept what the Lord is doing, man. Point blank, period, man. So I don't want to write this out, man. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Aki and Akwav. So with that, I'm just gonna say, Kol Holayim La, Abba Nawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekat Kodash, Watha Wada, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekat Kodash, for putting the Spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. I don't want to write to Zah until the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shabbat Shalom.